Let's get into this gorgeous beat that is perfect for beginners. Makeup can be very intimidating. So today I'm going to show you how to achieve this very gorgeous, sensual makeup look that you as a beginner are going to be able to slay. Are we still saying slay? If you are new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! So before we jump into today's video, all the products I will use are going to be tagged right here. So definitely check that view products tag. If it's not there, I'm going to link it down below in the description. Both links are affiliated. So when you click it and you purchase from it, you're going to be supporting your girl and also this channel. Let's jump into it. I'm going to start out with moisturizing my skin because when your skin is moisturized, your makeup can stay on longer and your skin does not produce as much oil as it would if your skin was dry. Because we want this makeup to last all day, I'm going in with the MAC Serumizer and the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Primer. These two together work magic. If you find that you get lines on certain parts of your face, make sure that you're applying your primer extra generously on that side. Don't make it too thick. Just make sure that you actually have primer there. If you have smile lines that come through, make sure you're priming there as well. Apply quickly and just let it sit. When it's time for you to apply your foundation, shake it very well to make sure that all the pigments are mixed in so that you get a beautiful, even tone. To ensure that you don't overdo your makeup, put a pump on the back of your hand. Apply a few spots to your face. I'm using the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever in the shade 65N. 68N is also like a good match for me. And I'll just go ahead and blend it in. Make sure that you're tapping your foundation in and not dragging it, because if you just drag it, it's gonna peel your layer of primer right off your skin and then your makeup is just gonna look patchy. You don't want that. After your foundation is applied, go in with a layer of your favorite setting spray. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray because every time I use this, my makeup just looks really good and it lasts for a long time. Now, when it comes to concealer, I like to use a concealer that is only one shade lighter than my foundation, or at least in my case, I like a foundation that matches the upper parts of my neck. I like a concealer that matches my chest. That way, when I blend both together, it gives me a good balance. I absolutely hate putting foundation on my neck. Like, I will not do it. No. Apply some concealer on your under eyes, on your forehead, the bridge of your nose, your upper lip, and also on your chin. Don't put too much because you need to be able to blend this out so that it stays exactly where you're putting it. When you're blending in your concealer, make sure that you're looking up while you're blending it in and just tap into it. Okay, don't drag it, because once again, it's going to drag it right off your face. You don't want that. Tap it in place and just feather out the ends. If you notice a harsh line like you see over here, just take the tool that you use to blend in your foundation and just blend around the edges of anywhere that you put your concealer. This will make sure that everything blends beautifully into the skin and it looks really, really flawless. And when it comes to setting your concealer, make sure you choose a powder that has the same or almost similar undertone as you. I like using Ben Nye setting powders because they have several different skin tones. If you need a video on setting powders, I will link it down below or put it in the card right up here. So after you finish this video, you can check that out. I'm going to take my brush, tap into the setting powder, and then you're going to dust it off until nothing is coming off of that brush. We still have powder on here, but we don't have excess powder. And then you'll look up and tap into your concealer. We're going to repeat the same process and set everywhere else on the face. Next is the contour. I like going in with a contour after my concealer and my setting powder because it just makes everything as seamless and as flawless as possible. This is the Omalewa Eye Face palette in the shade Deep Dark. If you use a very dense brush, it's going to look streaky on your face and you don't want that. A fluffy brush and just tap anywhere and everywhere you need some contour. Of course, you're going to take some of that contour and you're going to just brush it along your jawline. Now, if you want a cream contour because you have dry skin, you can definitely check out the LYS bronzers. They're deep enough to be used as contour, but you can also use it as bronzers depending on your skin tone. When it comes to blush, I like using a rounder, also slightly fluffy brush and just apply the blush to the highest point of my cheekbone. Applying blush to the highest parts of your face just makes your face look like you're smiling. This is optional, but I also like to apply a little bit of blush to my hairline because it kind of sort of acts like a bronzer. I like applying a little bit of blush on the bridge of my my nose. I just like the look. Just a little bit, not too much. You can also apply a little bit to your lips. Everybody has a different way of doing their brows. Because of how dark I am, I like using deep black brow pencils. I will link a few options down below, so definitely check those out. This is the Fenty Brow MVP in the shade Deep Black. I prefer to do my brows after I have done my complexion products because if I do my brows before, they always just end up not looking as sharp as I want them to look. For the eyeshadow, I like to go in with an eyeshadow primer, very much like how you will prime your face before you apply foundation. You need to prime your eyes before you apply eyeshadow. Because I have oily eyelids, if I don't prime, my eyeshadow will just slide right off my face. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the concealer on the eyes. You can also use an eyeshadow base. For today, because I'm not doing a very colorful look, my regular concealer shade will work beautifully. This is the House Labs concealer in the shade 52 Deep Neutral. We're going to be using the Coffee Shop palette from Juvia's Place. This is what it looks like. This is a very neutral palette. This is very beginner friendly. It's also very dark skin friendly. It has gorgeous mattes, gorgeous shimmers, and Juvia's Place does not play with their shimmers. We're going to go in with this white shade first. Apply it on the inner corner. We're tapping it in. Okay, we're not blending. We're also going to put it on the inner corners of the eye. Very much like where you would put a shimmer shade to make your inner corner pop. You're going to take the tail of your brush if you don't know where your crease is, and you're going to find where your eye rolls in, that bone right there, and that's where you're going to define your crease. Next, we're going to go into this bottom brown shade. We're going to follow along our crease. This is very much a skin tone shade for me, and that's okay because we can use it to blend and transition any shade. Of course, if you use a lighter base, it's going to show up more intensely. Applying this all over our concealer that we put down. Okay, we're going to blend all over to the front of the eye. Next, we're going to go into this very deep shade. If you're going to go in with a deep shade, don't go in with that deep shade first. Always put it on top of a transition shade. That way you have more control over the depth and the blendability of the product. So very lightly though, we're going to blend into the crease, and we're also going to make sure to blend into the outer corner of it. And if you want, you can wing it out a bit because a good wing eye look is always a hit. And intensify it in the outer corner of your eye. I've never actually used this shade in the palette, so we're gonna go into that and blend in between our deep shade and our light shade. Also, you can go over the light shade if you want because it's just gonna give you a gorgeous shimmery white look. I'm leaning forward as I do this because I don't want the powder of the shimmer shade to just fall on my skin. Shimmer products should definitely go into the crease where your eye rolls in. I'm gonna go into a deep shade again. Take your mirror, look up, and apply some of that deep shade to your lower lash line. We're gonna go in with a NYX Casual liner just to go ahead and deepen our waterline on both the top and the bottom of the eyes. I want to line my eyes with the NYX Vivid Matte Liquid Liner. The only issue is I have actually finished it. Always have a backup liner. The Sephora Collection Precision Liner is also a matte liner. I have a few of these, so we're gonna jump into that. We're gonna take our concealer, the same shade that we used on our face, and we're gonna use it to just clean up the sides of this eyeshadow look. If you're somebody who doesn't like falsies and you're just gonna be wearing your lashes, definitely go in with a lash curler. Apply a lash primer. This is a Dior Show Maximizer 3D. I'll link a few other really good lash primers down below. And then you're gonna go in with a mascara. This one is the MAC Stack mascara. For our highlighter, we're gonna go in with the Say Glow Sculpt. This is the shade Bronze Glow, and we're going to use that to just highlight. We're going to put some on our Cupid's bow. I'm going to go into the brown shade that we used as our first transition shade, and we're going to use that to contour the nose. It's going to give us a little bit of depth without just looking too harshly on the face. This specific lip combo is made of the Nematang Dose of Colors Chocolate Chip Liner and the MAC Lock Kiss in the shade Mischief. Next, we need to go ahead and and set everything to lock it in place. You can use whatever setting spray you want. I have been using and loving the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush finish. And just like that, we have a gorgeous beat that is perfect for beginners. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this look. Let me know when you try it. If you have any extra questions, leave it down below. But I know that blending your makeup in can be a hassle sometimes. So if you check out this video or this video, it can help you learn how to blend in your contour, your concealer, or your contour and your concealer, and also help you with placement of a few of the products that we use today. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.